Good morning, Jai Hind, Radhe Radhe. I welcome you all to this session. So, how is your answer writing going on? मजा आ रहा है आंसर राइटिंग में? Have you started writing answers? So, I welcome you all to this session of daily editorial analysis. Okay. We are going to talk about the editorials from the Hindu and Indian Express, the ones which are relevant for you. And at the same time, we are also going to have some answer writing practice along with it. We will also have this answer writing practice along with our classes. Like last day, in the last session, I have given you a practice question about heat stress. That heat stress is no longer a textbook concept. Its impact is visible on the economy and employment. Highlight the concerns of textile sector due to heat stress and suggest measures. Okay. So this is one part. This is one part which we are going to discuss here. In today's session, in today's editorial session, we are going to discuss that. Okay. Actually, see, let me tell you one thing. When you are watching a YouTube session, you will find that, of course, there are so many comments and everything. But tell me one thing. I am having the session, I am conducting the session, many comments are coming in front of me also. So, is it a necessity for me that I have to see all those comments? If I am teaching you, you may have seen that when I am teaching that topic, during that time interval, I am not even looking at one single comment there. I'm not even looking at one single comment there. So you may see this, that I am also taking the class. There are many such comments which are coming there, but I am ignoring most of them. If it is a relevant question, then I answer it. If it is irrelevant, then I simply ignore and move on. So then you have to learn this art. You are going to be in a service where you are going to be in the middle of public. Everyone will be saying one thing or other. People will be continuously shouting. And in this case, you will find that in the administration, you have to keep yourself calm, you have to keep yourself focused. So then it will not be a problem. If there is any such doubt which you are asking, and if I'm not able to say it, just do this one thing. Just write it in the comment box after the session. So that before the next day session, I will go through those comments, and if there is any query, I try to answer that. So that is one thing which you can do. So let's start. Now let's start with this one positive note. Okay. You are the creator of your own destiny. You are the creator of your own destiny. So this is one part which you have to always keep in mind. Many a times people will be telling you that you cannot do this, maybe this is not for you, luck factor, this factor, that factor. But remember one thing, it's not that you don't know how to crack this examination. All of you, when you have decided that you have to clear the UPSC examination, you know most of it. You know the path. So you are the creator of your own destiny. If you have decided that you have to clear the examination, you know the path. Now you have to create that path for you. You have to carve that path for you. So you have to focus on yourself. You have to focus on your goal, your aim. And if you're dedicated to it, you can definitely achieve it. Okay. Motivate कैसे करते हैं? नहीं, see, there is one part which you have to keep in mind. Like, of course, there are so many challenges which we have all the time in the life. There are certain challenges which are always there all the time in the life. But then suppose that if you are dedicated to something, if you have to work on something, then you have to ignore all those things. If you see all these motivation and demotivation things, they are part of your mind. They are part of your mind. Like right now, when I am interacting with you, right now I am here in this session, in this class. During this time, no other thought is coming to me. During this time when I am interacting with you, there is no other thought coming to me. I may be having many tasks aligned. I may have many other things which have to be done today or tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Some deadlines are already missing. So many things are already going on in everyone's life. There is always a challenge. But then yes, if you are dedicated to some task, at that moment, you should be dedicated to that task only. Like right now, if I'm taking this editorial session, I am thinking only about this part, nothing else, completely shutting off all other thoughts and other things. So this is one thing which you will have to do. When you are studying something, when you are doing something, you have to shut off from all other distractions, all other thought processes. If you are able to do that, if you are able to achieve that, if you are able to dive into that, then you will not find any demotivation at all. Okay. So let's start. Let's start with this one question. Heat stress is no longer a textbook concept. Its impact is visible on the economy and employment. Highlight the concerns of textile sector due to heat stress and suggest measures. Okay. See, I don't know. I think many of you may have seen me in offline classes. Okay. Many of you may have seen me in offline classes also, or maybe if I'm doing online class and offline class together. You may have seen this one thing, and many people tell me this, that if I'm taking the classes, if there is a tea, if I have got a cup of tea, many a times it happened that the cup of tea is there, but I am too much involved in the class that I forget to take that tea. And when I get some time, by then the tea is already cold. The tea is already cold. So you may have seen this part. You may have seen this part that sometimes I am just having a bottle in my hand. I was about to drink water, and then I was engaged in telling some topic, in talking, discussing about some topic, and then I forget even to drink that water. Okay. So this is one part you may have seen, that many a times I am forgetting to take my tea, to take my glass of water. So if you are dedicated to something at a particular point of time, all other thoughts, all other things will go away. So that is one simple thing which you have to do. When you are doing one task at that time, at that moment, stay focused on it only. No other deviations, no other thing. Just that one single task. Science and Tech class mein dekha hai, yes. Many people have messaged me after that. Many people have messaged me after that, sir, pani to pee lo pehle. Okay. So let's start. Heat stress is no longer a textbook concept. Its impact is visible on the economy and employment. Highlight the concerns of textile sector due to heat stress and suggest measures. Dekho, last day I have given you two questions, and in both of question there were first one or two lines, and question was not related to that line. Question starts from here. Highlight the concerns of textile sector due to heat stress and suggest measures. You have to write this in 150 word. It means you don't have to talk about that what is the impact on economy, employment as in general. When you want to start the introduction, in introduction, you can give some fact or data with respect to this heat stress. You can start with some fact or data related to heat stress. And then the second part of answer will be directly this. You have to make a subheading. You have to make this subheading concerns of textile sector. Concerns of textile sector. And last day, we have discussed about this in detail, that due to heat stress, what is the concern of the textile sector, the loss of our, okay. Then we see that machines are not working. So we have seen that what is the concern of the textile sector. And then after, you have to suggest measures that what needs to be done. So next subheading will be this, measures. What needs to be done in order to improve these conditions. We have seen that part also. Okay. So the first part here will start with fact and data with respect to heat stress. This should be in 2 or 3 lines only. 2 or 3 lines only. Remember this one part. Many of you are writing introduction, you are writing 6 lines, 7 line, 8 line. Remember one thing, introduction and conclusion in 150 word answer should not be exceeding 2-3 lines. Okay. So in 2-3 lines, you are writing the fact and data about heat stress, then concerns of textile sector, then measures which have to be taken, and then we have to also talk about conclusion. Okay. Now in conclusion, again, you can talk a little about the heat stress. You can talk a little bit about heat stress, that we need to address the root cause of heat stress. We need to work towards climate. We need to work towards global warming. We need to have stringent adaptation and mitigation measures. So this is one part which you have to do. Now tell me, how many of you have written accordingly? आप में से कितने लोगों ने इसी अनुसार लिखा है? You have written accordingly? 80% similar. So Anjali, have you started writing the answer? Yes. So this is what you have to do. This is what you have to do. Like when you continue to write on daily basis, within just 1 week, you may have seen the improvement. Today we are on Friday, I guess. Yes, we are on Friday, and you can see the improvement in your writing in the last 3-4 days. So if you are writing on daily basis, if you are consistently writing, let me give you this one, like a guarantee, a sort of guarantee, that in the next 6 months, before your mains, before your like Deepavali and all other festivals, you will excel in writing answer. But the only thing you have to do is you have to write on daily basis. I am little bit confused about the concern. Could you please tell us about what are the certain concerns? See, concern is like we have seen last day that due to heat stress, you may have seen that the workers are suffering from heat stroke. Okay, there is loss of hour, there is delay in order, there is delay in order, there is failure of equipments. So these are certain concerns which we have seen, that how it is impacting the various sectors. It is compulsory to write conclusion in every answer. It is very much compulsory. This is the maximum. 150 words is the maximum limit. 150 word is the maximum limit. You have to write within 150 words. It is always about writing within 150 words or writing within 250 words, not exceeding that. So then let's start with today's topic. Now see, this article here, it is talking about a few things. First, it is talking about achievements of women related scheme. It is talking about achievements of women related scheme. Okay. Then it is talking about some existing challenges. It is talking about some of the existing challenges, and then it is also talking about the solution in form of Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam. Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam. How this Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam is going to solve this problem. So that is the gist of this editorial. This editorial is mainly talking about three different things. First, achievement of women related schemes. Second part is some of the existing challenges. And the third part is the solution in the form of Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam. That how this act, how this Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam is going to change the challenges. It is going to change the challenges. So this is one thing which this article is talking about. That what we are going to achieve through this. So let us see the syllabus linkage. It is part of your GS paper 1, role of women and women organization. Okay. So this is one of the part, GS paper 1 society. This is one part which you have to read. Even in case of social justice, in case of GS paper 2 also, you can get question related to this. So it is related to GS paper 1 also and GS paper 2 also. In दोनों से related है ये. Okay. In part of social justice, in part of society, you can expect question from here. When we look at some of the previous year question, अगर हम previous year question देखें, हाँ थोड़ा बहुत कम चलेगा. 5-10 words you can manage. Question number 1. Women's movement in India has not addressed the issue of women of lower social strata. Substantiate your view. How does patriarchy impact the position of a middle class working woman in India? So there are not just one or two questions, there are multiple questions with respect to women in UPSC mains examination. We have picked two which is relevant to this article. हमने दो ऐसा चुना है जो इस आर्टिकल से मिलता जुलता है. So this is like one of the recurrent theme. Women related questions are one of the most recurrent theme in your UPSC mains exam. So now let's start. अब start करते हैं. Let's see कि what is this article talking about. Okay. What is this article talking about? So this article, it says that if we talk about achievements, of one decade, there has been one of the very first thing, financial inclusion. This is one of the first theme which we have seen. How the financial inclusion? The article says that there are around 57 crore Jandhan bank account. There are around 57 crore Jandhan bank accounts which has been opened up in India. Under the PM Jandhan Yojana, bank accounts were opened in India, around 57 crore, out of which 55% are in name of women. 55% are in name of women. It means near about 30 crore women, have got their own banking account. So they have got this financial inclusion. By having the banking accounts. Then the second part which has also been highlighted here. That there has been a community-based empowerment. यहाँ पे कम्युनिटी बेस्ड एम्पावरमेंट भी देखने को मिली है. हाउ कम्युनिटी बेस्ड एम्पावरमेंट? वी सी दैट देयर आर अराउंड 10 crore women Around 10 crore women are there. Around 10 crore women, they have got around organized, they have got organized in 90 lakh self-help groups. So around 10 crore women across India have organized themselves into self-help groups. There are around 90 lakh self-help groups in India, which is catering to the need of near about 10 crore women in India. Okay. So there is a community-based empowerment also. There is also this social empowerment and health benefit. There is a social empowerment and health benefit. Now, how this is possible? Let me give you an idea. There is a scheme of government, Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana. There is a scheme of government called as Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana. Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana. So it provides gas connection. It provides gas connection in name of women. In name of women. तो पहले क्या होता था कि in our houses, in our families, in our society, most of the things were in the name of men. Most of the assets, most of the connections, most of the things were in the name of men. But now you can see that government has started various incentives like Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana. If you are having a registration in the name of women, you are getting subsidy. In the same manner, you can see in case of agriculture, in case of this agricultural schemes also, there is focus on women empowerment. In case of even land registry, there is incentive if there is a registration in the name of women. So in all these sections, what we see that women empowerment has been enabled, plus at the same time, this gas connection is also associated with the health benefits. तो इसका साथ में हमें health benefits भी देखने को मिलता है कि there is also a health benefit for women due to these connections. Then we see that there is also an angle of economic empowerment. There is an economic empowerment. How? We see that there has been 70% mudra loans. 70% mudra loans. Mudra loans. They have been given to women entrepreneurs. So this is one part, like labor force participation. Labor force participation. This has also increased up to 37%. Labor force participation has also increased up to 37%. So we see that there was a reversal trend. Women participation in labor force was going down, especially after 2000. After 2000, labor force was going down. But we see that in the recent times, there has been a change. Now the labor force participation is again increasing. It is again changing. So this is one thing which we have seen, that how the women have been empowered over the last one decade. What has been the achievement of government schemes, government programs with respect to women empowerment. तो पहला पार्ट तो ये है कि how the women are getting empowered. But at the same time, even in the present times, there are certain existing challenges. There are existing challenges. You can discuss about Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana also. Okay. So these are some of the examples but still we see that there are certain existing challenges. There are certain existing challenges. Okay. One of the very important challenges, uneven empowerment. Uneven empowerment. That this empowerment varies across the states. Okay. So just to give an example, like we have got Kerala, Mizoram, they have got universal literacy. But when we talk about the states, like suppose when we are talking about Bihar, when we are talking Uttar Pradesh, we see that gender gap. There is a gender gap in literacy. So there is an uneven empowerment. On one side, we see that there are certain states, especially in West India, Northeastern India, or Southern India, where we see that women are getting more education, they are getting more educational opportunities. But in the northern states, in central India, the situation for women is not that much better. So we see that there is an uneven growth. There is disparities in the northern states particularly. In northern states में disparity अभी भी है. Then we see that there is persistence of social evils like dowry, like child marriage, So we see that child marriage, dowry system, this is again there, which we see here. We see that there is also existence of domestic violence. There is existence of domestic violence also. There is existence of domestic violence. About one-third women are affected. So we see that there is persistence of social evils, which we can see here. There is also a gender wage gap. There is a gender wage gap also. Okay. Around like what we see that like there is significantly lower amount of earning for women, around 15 to 20% lower earning for women as compared to men, So we see that there is a gender wage gap which is also existing in case of our country. So gender wage gap has not been solved. Okay. Then we see that despite all these schemes, despite all these arrangements, you can see health issues. When we talk about the health issues, just to give you idea, 57% women, they are suffering from anemia. 57% women in India are still suffering from anemia. We see that political representation. This one is still hanging less than 15%. So we see that while there is a significant growth on many aspects, there is so many other areas where women are still suffering, from disparity. There is a gap between men and women in multiple areas. There are many atrocities which are being conducted against women. We are still not talking about the crime against women here, but in social terms also you can see what are the challenges for women in our country. In private sector, female employments get a toll in situation like, yes, of course, pregnancy, paternity leaves are like, yes, correct. Okay. So how to memorize these data? If you continue to revise it on regular basis, if you write answer on it on regular basis, then gradually over a time, you will be able to memorize this. But if you just memorize it for the sake that we have to memorize it, it will not be good. When you start writing answer on the basis of it, when you start using the data for writing answer, then you will be able to recall it later also. So this is one of the challenge which we see here in case of India. Now here there is a solution. The article, this editorial particularly says that Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam can be a solution for all this. How it can be a solution? It says that this Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam, it will lead to a boost in political representation from 15% to 33%. There will also be a stronger voice in policy making related to safety, health, education. So we see that there will be a gender sensitive and people centric governance which we can see as part of Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam. Third part, it is promoting gender equality. So it is breaking that male dominance in politics and it is normalizing women in leadership roles. You may have seen multiple movies. Especially focused around armed forces, where there has been a reluctance in people in accepting women as their leader. There is a issue in our society where people are not ready to accept women as their leader. So when we are having women leadership in parliament, in other places, then we will see that there is going to be a normalization of this thought that women are also leaders. So we see that this is one part. Then economic empowerment. The political empowerment may lead to economic empowerment. It can lead to national impact, like it is going to build on the success of Panchayati Raj. And of course, this is going to create a role model effect. It is going to create a role model effect. So that is also one part, how the Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam is going to create a positivity, a betterment for women in the society and also the society in general. तो ये एक टॉपिक है आपका जिसके बारे में आपको मालूम होना चाहिए. I hope this is clear. Any doubt? Any problem? Any issue? All clear? Okay. So now coming to this one part, we are having a democratic system. We see that we are having a democratic system. But some experts says that this democracy, it is getting transformed into a plutocratic. It is getting transformed in form of a plutocratic system. So can you tell me what is plutocratic system? What is this plutocratic system? Many of the experts are saying this, that our democratic system is actually getting transformed in form of a plutocratic system. Plutocratic system means a government by wealthy people. A government by wealthy people. That we are going to have a government by wealthy people. हमारे यहाँ जो गवर्निंग में जो लोग आ रहे हैं, they are mostly wealthy people. ऐसा कहा जा रहा है कि they are mostly wealthy people. So let us have a look at it. Okay. First of all, syllabus linkage, GS paper 2, parliament and state legislature, structure, functioning, conduct of business, power and privilege, and issue arising out of this. And then salient features of Representation of People Act. So this is your second editorial, that are we transforming from a democracy to a plutocracy? That are we transforming from a democracy to a plutocracy? That is the question. So now see, let us see some previous year question. This is one of the question which was there in 2025. Discuss the corrupt practices for the purpose of Representation of People Act. Analyze whether the increase in assets of legislators or their associates disproportionate to their sources of income would constitute undue influence and consequently a corrupt practice. So this question is also about the wealth of the legislators. ये भी उनके पैसे से related ही question आया, income से related. Examine the need for electoral reform as suggested by various committees with particular reference to one nation one election principle. ये question आया 2024 में. Year on year, you will find that there is at least one question. There is at least one question with respect to election. There is at least one question every year with respect to this one topic of election. हर साल लगभग एक question होता ही है. There is almost every year one question from this topic, Representation of People Act or the election process or the political reforms. So this is one of the most important topic for your examination. Okay. So let us see how the things are going on. क्या क्या चल रहा है देश में? Okay. Now see, there is one of the part, expenses in election. We see that this limit for Lok Sabha candidate right now is 95 lakh rupees. That in the larger states, a candidate can spend up to 95 lakh rupees. But the expert says that it's not my word, it's what many people are saying. Experts say that around 50 to 100 crore rupees is being spent in some places by each candidate. Every candidate is spending around 50 to 100 crore rupees in elections. We see that 93% MPs, they are crorepati. 93% MPs, they are crorepati. So we see that around 50 crore to 100 crore is being spent by the candidates. Now, at the same time, in Tamil Nadu, right now the election is there in southern states also. In Tamil Nadu, it is being said that at least 10 crore is required just to compete. Okay. And also, there is no limit on party expenditure. There is a limit on candidate expenditure. That party can spend as much as they want. The limit is only on the candidate, that they cannot spend more than 95 lakh rupees legally. If they are spending more than 95 lakh rupees legally, then their candidature could be cancelled. Now the question is, can a common citizen afford to win election? So now there is the question, can a common person afford to become a politician? Can they afford to become a MP or a MLA? क्या वो बन सकते हैं? So this is one of the major challenge. This is one of the question. Second part is this, there is an emergence of 2 or 3 party system in India. We say that there is a democracy, but effectively, if we talk about effectively, we see that there is 2 or 3 party system in India. There is a 2 or 3 party system in India. We generally say that there is a multi-party system. We generally say that in India we have got multi-party system. There are thousands of political parties in India who are contesting elections. There are thousands of political parties in India contesting elections. But what is the reality? At national level also, there are only some parties. At a state level also, there are only some parties. So we see that there is basically a state level also, there are 2 main contenders and sometimes 3, and they eventually form coalition. Okay. So generally there are 2 different parties or 2 different coalitions which are existing in most of the states. Okay. So what we see that smaller parties and independents, they are not in power except in rare cases. So if a person wants to contest election on independent basis, or if there is a small party which is being formed, so then it is quite tough for them. It is quite tough for them to contest the election, to win the elections. So that is the second part. Third part is a cap on election spending. Now see, if we talk about this, that there is a 95 lakh rupees cap. 95 lakh rupees cap. The question is it justified? अगर हम कैप की बात करते हैं कि there is a cap of 95 lakh rupees. So is it justified? क्या आप 95 lakh rupees में election contest कर सकते हैं? Can a person contest election in 95 lakh rupees? So this is one of the major challenge, that this is quite challenging. Why? There is existence of large constituencies, there is inflation, so the cost is automatically higher. The cost of contesting elections is automatically higher. So 95 lakh rupees are not justified. What is the challenge? What is the fallout of this? Fueling of black money. So this leads to use of black money during the elections. During the elections, there is use of black money by the candidates. So that is also one of the emerging challenge, that the justification, that this cap, it is not that much justified. So even if someone wants to contest election in a transparent manner, मान लो हम ये मान के चलते हैं कि all our MPs are quite honest. We assume that all our MPs are quite honest. They want to contest elections. They want to contest elections with their own money, with their own legal money. They want to use their white money. So if they want to use 95 lakh rupees is not sufficient to contest the election. We see that in Tamil Nadu, there are figures which says that 10 crore is the minimum amount which you need if you just want to compete. In legislative assembly, if there is a requirement of 10 crore rupees, so how you contest in the Lok Sabha? So this is also one of the challenge. Then we see this one part. Now the question is, there are 3 different ideas. First thing is, first thing is the expense in elections, it is quite high. Second part is there is emergence of 2 or 3 party system. There is also this spending cap. Now the question is this, that our democracy, it is transforming, it is getting transformed into this plutocracy, that only the rich people can contest in elections. So now the question is, so what is the solution? इसमें solution क्या हो सकता है? What is the solution? How we can ensure that independent candidates, smaller parties can contest in election? If we want to maintain our system of multi-party democracy, अगर हमें मल्टी पार्टी डेमोक्रेसी को मेंटेन करना है, तो व्हाट इज द सॉल्यूशन देयर? व्हाट इज द सॉल्यूशन देयर? So we see that there is one option, there can be one of the option, state funding of election. State funding of election. In some of the countries, the candidates who are there, they are chosen. It's not that everyone will get the fund, but then some of the candidates will be chosen on the basis of merit, and then they will be given money by the state. They will be given the money by the state to contest the elections. So there is a state funding of election. Second part is curtailing the government advertisement through government channels. Okay. Curtailing advertisements of party in power through government channels. Like suppose that if there is a state, let us say Tamil Nadu. In Tamil Nadu, if a X party is there in power, and let's say there is an election in June 2026. So what they do, they start advertising government policy. They start advertising government policy from January 2026 itself. ये जनवरी से ही एडवर्टाइज करना स्टार्ट कर देते हैं कि what the government has been doing for the people. So they are using the resources of the state. They are using the resources of the state to again like advertise what their party has been doing in the power. So there is use of the state resources to advertise the achievements of a political party. So this is one part which can again be curtailed. The state level funding does not fail maker checker rule. Yes, of course it can, but it is one of the solution. It is not the only solution. It is one of the solution कि क्या क्या option हो सकता है. When you have to write the answer, कि what are the possible situations, they don't have to counter your own suggestion. So this is a suggestion which is being floated. जब आपको suggestion लिखना हो answer में, तो give the suggestion. No one is countering you on that part. Then again, we have this one thing, one nation, one election. One nation, one election. So we see that this will reduce the expenditure of, this is also going to reduce the expenditure. This is also going to reduce the expenditure of the political parties and the candidates. So this is one part. If EC can fund, EC means the state can fund. EC means the state can fund. State funding means funding by the government. by the public money. So this is one part which we see that what can be the possible solution. But again, this is something which is a distant dream. ये कर पाना बहुत ही मुश्किल है. This is something which is a quite distant dream. So we can only discuss about it, but actually realizing it is quite a challenging task, especially in the present scenario where people also have an affection for those people who are having criminal background. We have got more than 45% of MPs in India with criminal cases pending against them. There are 30% of candidates with serious criminal charges pending against them. So this is something which is quite challenging. So it's not only that the political parties are there or political parties are responsible for it. It is the citizens who are also to be blamed. They have the affection for those people who have got those those images of being a Bahubali, being the image of a Don and other things. You may have seen that some of the very prominent, famous politicians, their reels are getting viral and they have been convicted criminals. They have been convicted criminals, but they are driving huge craziness among people. They are having huge attention among the people. People follow them. People follow their style. So we are there. We are following those leaders. We are following those leaders who have got their criminal backgrounds, who have been convicted, who have been jailed. They have been accused of killing some people, and still they have got a wide following base. Why? Because the reels are getting viral. Okay. So this is one part which we see. Now coming to the third topic. For criminalization of politics and politicization of crime. देखो, criminalization of politics and politicization of crime is like, if we talk about a crime, let's say there is a dispute between two people. There is a dispute between two people. It may be because of their personal reason, but then two different parties came and they started favoring one another. Why? They want the matter to be highlighted for their own gain. Even if their conflict is mutual, then also parties try to politicize it for their own gain. So that is called as the politicization of the crime. You may have seen that if there's a conflict between two people, two parties are coming and supporting the opposite members, opposite people. So that is politicization of crime. Then there is criminalization of politics, where the politicians, they were earlier taking support from criminals. Now the criminals themselves have turned themselves into politicians. They are contesting elections, they are going into parliament, they are going into state legislature. So that is criminalization of politics. Allegedly, ऐसा आरोप है. Okay. Now, coming to the next part. West Asia. What's happening in West Asia? What are the options for India in this time? See here. If we talk about this, it is again related to GS paper 2, effect of policies and politics of developed and developing countries on India's interest and Indian diaspora. So this is related to GS paper 2. You can see there have been some questions related to West Asia specifically. जैसे कि क्वेश्चन आया, how will I2U2 grouping transform India's position in global politics? ये क्वेश्चन आया था. Energy security constitutes the dominant kingpin of India's foreign policy and is linked with India's overarching influence in Middle Eastern countries. How would you integrate energy security with India's foreign policy trajectories in the coming years? So this was a question again in 2024. Now see here. So what is the context? Now we see that in West Asia, What we have seen, now there is a siege fire and we hope that it remains for a long period of time. Abhi kya hai, Israel has got a new area to attack. Israel is in attacking mode from the last 2-3 years. So Israel has got a new area to attack, Lebanon. So they might have forgotten about Iran by now. Now they are targeting Lebanon. Their target has shifted from Iran to Lebanon. Okay. Now US, it has lost its assets. So now there is a siege fire. Okay. What we see in West Asia, Iran has proved its relevance. Iran has proved its mettle. Iran has proved its mettle in West Asia. It is going to be a dominant power. US lost its credibility. US has lost its credibility. Pakistan has got limelight. Pakistan has got limelight. And India maintained neutrality. India has maintained its neutrality. So we see that in the West Asia, as of now, these things are changing. These things have taken place. These things have taken place. After getting loan from IF, no, Pakistan is there in the limelight because of the mediation between Iran and US. You want to ignore it, you can ignore it. But our ignorance is not the reality. The thing is, Pakistan has got the limelight in the world. Whether we talk about it or not, it doesn't matter. But Pakistan has got the limelight. Okay. It is going back to that era of 1971. In 1971 also, Pakistan has facilitated the secret visit of US President to China. Okay. So back in 1971 also, Pakistan has facilitated this, that between China and US, they have facilitated this mediation. So Pakistan has got this mediation between Iran and US. It's not that it has done many things, but it has taken just that opportunity. It has got that opportunity. So it has been like applauded by US also. US is also applauding Pakistan. US president has like applauded Pakistan for its effort in mediation and everything. Okay. So Pakistan has been getting the limelight. It is only for some time. It's not that limelight is not forever. Limelight is not forever. Limelight is only for a few days, few months, only that much. ऐसा नहीं कि इससे पाकिस्तान में कुछ चेंज हो जाएगा. Okay. So we see that it has got that limelight as of now. Just for a few days, a few weeks, itna din tak wo bhi khush reh le. Okay. So this is one part which we have seen. Now, there are certain opportunities which we are seeing. There are certain opportunities for India in this sector. First part is, this region is going to reassess its security architecture. Iran has like actively destroyed the security architecture of all the West Asian countries, and most of them were getting the security from United States. The security architecture of most of the countries have been destroyed in West Asia. So what we see that now this is one thing where we can have defense collaboration with these countries. We can be providing the defense services to these countries of West Asia. We have already got deals with UAE. We can have deals with Saudi Arabia. So we see that this is providing us an opportunity. ये हमें एक opportunity provide करता है कि we can be the providers of defense architecture to these areas. Now see the second part, reconstruction and rehabilitation. Of course, Iran has destroyed, and in fact, in Iran also there has been a lot of destruction. So there are already Indian companies who are having presence in West Asia. So this is offering us an opportunity. This is an opportunity for constructive role by the Indian companies. Okay. So we are going to have that opportunity also. Now, at the same time, we need to rethink our relation with Gulf, Iran, and Israel. Okay. What we see here, that Iran may be a valued security partner, but then again, Israel is of course a very valued security partner, but then again, we need to rethink our relation with Gulf nations, especially Iran. We need to rethink our relations with respect to Iran and even other countries. That I2U2 is gone. Abraham Accords gone. Now there is going to be no such relation between Israel and West Asia for the next 1 decade. Israel has also lost all its credibility in West Asia now. Israel की जो credibility है वो खत्म है अब. So Israel's relation with West Asia is not going to be possible for the next 1 or 2 decades. In the last decade, there was an improvement in relation of Israel with the Gulf nations, with the Gulf countries. But now that thing is gone again. That part is gone again. So we need to rethink our relation. We need to rethink our relations. Okay. So our relations with Iran, it has worsened. We have been part of IMAC. We have been part of I2U2. We have been ignoring Iran. So we need to rethink this. We need to rethink our relations with respect to Iran. Okay. At the same time, okay, we need to rethink our relations with US. US has lost its credibility. US is not a reliable security partner. US is no longer a reliable security partner as of now. So this is one of the challenge. Second part is, West is no longer coherent identity. So earlier people used to talk that West world means US. But now the West world is not US. NATO is fragmented now. NATO is something which is fragmented now. It is not the same voice now. They have got their own voice. The US assets, they have been significantly damaged. The assets of US has been got damaged, and the interest in Indo-Pacific may not be the same as it has been there in past. So overall, India needs to rethink our priorities. We need to rethink our priorities. Okay. This war has made it very clear कि हमें किससे रिलेशन रखना है, किससे रिलेशन नहीं रखना है. So this is one such war which has made it quite clear that with whom we can have or we can continue to have our relations. And this is one part that we need to rethink our security deals with United States also. The war has made it quite amply clear that India needs to rethink its West Asia policy. India needs to rethink its US policy. India needs to recalibrate its relation with China and Russia. हमें अपने जो रशिया और चाइना के रिलेशंस है उस पे सोचने की जरूरत पड़ेगी. So you have to just understand this. The US, which was continuously threatening the entire world with tariff in the last 1 year, has lost all its relevance in just 1 month. जो इसने पिछले 1 साल से पूरे दुनिया में टैरिफ घुमाया था, in just 1 month it has lost its entire credibility. Okay. So this is why we need to reimagine our relations with US, with Russia, with China, with West Asia, with Israel, with Europe. So that is why, like, this is an opportunity for us. So you have the question also. The West Asia presents a mix of opportunities and challenges for India. Comment. How government policies have helped in women empowerment in last 1 decade. Analyze the existing challenges for women in India. I hope you can write both these answers. ये दोनों आंसर आप लिख सकते हो. I hope you can write both these answers. Okay. Okay. So write these answers and let's meet tomorrow then. Tomorrow we will start again our editorial session. There we will discuss these questions. Meanwhile, do tell me in the comment box, like this is again a type of a feedback. I want to know that which article you like most, which what are the things which you like most in these sessions. So do tell me about it in the comment box. So thank you everyone. Take care and all the best. Thank you.